In a small coastal town, there lived a humble fisherman named Karim. His boat was old and faded by the sun. His nets were patched so many times that they looked like a quilt. Every dawn, before the sky even turned blue, Karim walked to the shore. The smell of salt filled the air, and the sound of waves mixed with his quiet prayer. People often saw him return in the evening with only a small basket of fish. Yet no one ever heard him complain. He always greeted everyone with a soft smile and the words, "Alhamdulillah for today." One morning a little girl named Sana came running to the pier. She carried a cracked bucket in her small hands. "Uncle Karim," she said shyly, "my bucket broke. Mama says we cannot buy a new one. Can you fix it?" Karim bent down, wiped his wet hands on his shirt, and nodded. "Of course, my child. Give it to me." As he worked on the bucket, Sana watched his calm face. Finally she asked, "Why do you always say Alhamdulillah? Even when your nets tear or when you catch no fish, you still smile. Why?" Karim looked into the child's eyes. "Sana, when someone gives you a piece of bread, do you thank them?" "Yes," she said. "And when a friend shares their toy, do you say thank you?" "Of course." Karim smiled warmly. "Then should we not thank Allah, who gives the sun, the sea, the air we breathe, the very voice to say thank you? If I cannot be grateful for small waves, how will I ever be grateful when the big tides come?" That evening Sana's father, a tired mason, came to collect her. His clothes were dusty, his hands covered in blisters. He looked at Karim and shook his head. "You spend all day at sea and come home with so little. Yet you speak as if you are rich. My back aches. My hands are cracked. Tell me, what do I have to thank Allah for?" Karim answered softly, "Brother, if your back aches, thank Allah that you still have strength to build. If your hands are cracked, thank Him you still have hands to work. The one who sees only hardship will drown in it. The one who looks for blessings will find them, like pearls under the waves." The mason walked away, unconvinced, but Sana remembered those words. At night she whispered to her mother, "Mama, today Uncle Karim said gratitude is like finding pearls underwater. What does he mean?" Her mother kissed her forehead and said, "You will understand when you grow older." Weeks passed. One bright morning, a grand traveler arrived by ship. He wore a fine cloak with silver buttons and shoes that shone like mirrors. His pockets overflowed with coins. On his journey, his silk bag had torn. A villager told him, "Go to Karim the fisherman. His hands are steady. He will mend it." The traveler laughed. A fisherman, to mend silk. Yet curiosity pulled him to Karim's hut. Karim welcomed him warmly. "Please, sit. Rest your feet." He stitched the silk carefully, every movement slow and steady. When finished, he handed it back saying, "Alhamdulillah, it is done." The traveler frowned. "Why do you thank Allah? You did the work yourself." "What did he do?" Karim replied, "Allah gave me these hands, these eyes to see the thread, the mind to know how to sew, and the time to finish. Without him, I could do nothing." The traveler asked, "And if Allah gives you nothing, will you still thank him?" Karim's eyes softened. "How can you say he gives nothing? He gave me life, breath, the sea to sail, the chance to know him. Even if he gave me no more, This alone is beyond measure." The traveler left silent. That night, back in his grand cabin, surrounded by gold and maps, he felt a strange emptiness he had never noticed before. He had wealth but no peace. The words of the poor fisherman echoed in his mind like the waves. Months later, the traveler returned to Karim not for mending, but for guidance. "Fisherman," he said, "I have what men dream of, yet my heart feels hollow. Teach me your secret." Karim welcomed him, poured him cool water, and replied, "Begin with gratitude. When you wake, thank Allah for your eyes opening. When you eat, thank Him for the food. When someone greets you, thank Him for companionship. And when hardship arrives, thank Him still, for His hardest gifts often carry His deepest mercy." Gratitude is the anchor that keeps the heart from drifting. At first it felt strange for the traveler to whisper Alhamdulillah for small things. But soon his heart softened. His meals tasted richer. His journeys felt lighter. His servants whispered that their master had grown gentler. Within months, he discovered a joy that no coin had ever bought. He began writing in a small notebook every evening, listing the blessings of his day. Each line felt like a light in his chest. Years passed, and the story of Karim spread across the coast. Fishermen, merchants, and children all remembered him not for riches, for he owned little but for the ocean of peace in his heart. People would sit by the shore and repeat his words. "Gratitude may not add fish to the net, but it adds strength to the hands that cast it. Gratitude may not calm the storm, but it changes how we sail through it. And the one who thanks Allah is never truly poor." Even Sana, now grown, told her own children the story of Uncle Karim. She said, "He taught me that gratitude is not just a word. It is a way of seeing the world. It turns even a small life into a rich one." Let's learn some words from this story. Blistered, painful swellings on the skin. Example: his hands were blistered after working all day. Anchor: something that keeps you steady. Example: her faith was an anchor during hard times. Beyond measure, so great it cannot be counted. Example: his kindness to strangers was beyond measure. If you liked this story and want more heart-touching tales of wisdom and gratitude, subscribe to Moral Echo Tales. New stories every week that will inspire your heart and guide your soul. Don't forget to like the video and share it with friends, so they too can learn the power of gratitude.